wasn't bad, but compared to King of Thieves, it's a 7 over 10 for me. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Susie Pepper, and today we are going to be talking about JAGUN the movie. Today, this is not a review. This is just me coming to gist you and tell you guys how I feel about that movie. To be honest, it's a 7 over 10 for me because it wasn't bad, but compared to King of Thieves, it's a 7 over 10 for me. I feel like there were so many unnecessary scenes in the first 1 hour of the movie. I feel like it could have done better. I mean, comparing it to King of Thieves, I preferred King of Thieves. I gave King of Thieves a solid 10 over 10. It was worth it. I saw King of Thieves in the cinema, but this one, I took time to watch the movie over and over again. There were unnecessary scenes that I did not understand. For instance, Odunlade Adekola's scene. The guy, whether he's a thief or boya na ham robber, maybe he wants to be a king. We don't understand why that guy came to steal the crown. All we saw was he came to steal the crown and Ogundiji came to save the day. There were a lot of special effects, edits and all of that. We give it to their team, the VFX team. They did fantastically well. There were a lot of things that, it wasn't bad, but I just felt like there were some scenes that were unnecessary. And there were some casts that I do not know their purpose in that movie. There were some casts that were in different what do I call what is Ilu in English? There were some towns that I could not keep up with their names, and I do not know how they contributed to what was going on in the movie. So I also want to give a special shout out to the VFX team and the battle choreographers. Bro, these people did fantastically well, because did you guys see that scene of what's that guy's name again? Bogumi, where he was stabbed in one shallow lake like that? The choreography was giving badass. It was really good. Let's talk about Lateef Adedimeji's role. Let's talk about his show of emotions. Every part of Lateef's scene kept me on my toes. At every point they show Lateef, my heart dey beat, because in my head I'm like, okay, what does Ogundiji want from this guy? Let's even start from the beginning. The part where he was able to chest Ogundiji's daughter, Iroyogun Kinton. He stood up to her without considering the consequence. Do you get? He stood up to her and he was able to chest the consequence. That's some badass move. He was like, take the echo back. I'm not doing it. It cannot be enough. Go and tell whoever sent you. He was so fearless. Let's talk about his fight with Bogumi. This is somebody that is supposed to be his adopted father. It is crazy enough that you have to fight with him. Now you have to kill the person that is supposed to be your father. That's so sad. The way he was able to, after fighting for his life, and he saw that he had killed Bogumi, the way he showed his emotion, you could see the pain. He didn't feel happy about his victory. He felt bad that Bogumi had to die in his place. Also, another person I want to talk about in this movie is Bukumi Adeshino or Lashino. I don't know what her surname is. The one that did the Iroyogun Kinton. Bukumi is like every African Nigerian lady. First initial gra. She dey form this one, that one, strong girl, a queen and more, a princess and more. At the end of the day, when Botija came, she did not only fall in love, she collapsed in love. Also the part where Kiton was worried about the 3 attacks. She was very scared, but at the same time, she didn't want Botija to lose. Then the part where she went to the coffin to check if he was still breathing, and Botija was saying, yes, mo alako. That particular, it was giving lovebirds. I felt like entering my TV at that point. I felt like, what's wrong with this baba-in-law, father-in-law? Can Ogundiji just allow these lovebirds to breathe? Allow them to... Their chemistry. I don't want to say what I don't know, but there was a chemistry. I can't be the only one that saw it. Kiton and Botija, there was it felt too real. I don't know whether because they've been working together and all of it was just so. Did you see the part she pulled her clothes for him? Also, let's talk about Kiton's death. Her death really shocked me. I mean, I was shocked to find out that she was Agemo, But at the same time, if Ade Dimeji had not killed her, Biola Dimeji had not killed her, she would have killed this guy, knowing fully well that it was another person that was controlling her mind. I felt so bad for her death, but it needed to happen. Let's talk about Itele, the icon. Hey, that's Gumi. This guy blew my mind because I have always been a fan of Itele, but I have not seen him do what he did in Jagun Jagun. Itele has always been the admirable guy, the villain, the bad guy, the everything. But you see this local monogam kind of guy. I've not seen Itele like that, and I was wild. He really delivered his lines well. He outdid himself. He interpreted his role very well. Let's talk about Bimbo. I love my girl Sibe, but I just felt like I don't understand why she was in the movie. I don't understand why we had to see Bogumi's family. I don't know. Maybe it's just me that's not understanding the movie well, but I just did not feel the need to see anything that has to do with Bogumi's family. But then Sibe delivered that role. She didn't consider that. I like the fact that she didn't feel like the role was small. I mean, some people would say it's just is a role that has very small screen time and all. She didn't see it like that. She was able to deliver her lines. She interpreted her roles. She was able to show pain. A show of emotion is something to write home about. And I am. Let's talk about the queen. A queen and more. First of all, you see that queen is the fact that she looks like the weakest, but then she's the source of Ogundiji's strength. I have a serious problem with Fathia Balogun because how will you be the source of somebody's strength and you live in fear constantly? Did you see the parts where she has to be scared to talk to her husband? How can somebody give you womb and you'll be scared to talk to the person you gave your womb to? You are supposed to be commanding respect because now you give them waiting be. And the part where they came to shoot Fathia Balogun, hey, he was giving body. Hey, you shoot me, I vomit. You shoot me, I vomit. He was giving, hey, I loved it. But then I was waiting to see what was going to happen if they shot her the third time. Will she die? How can you be Ogundiji's wife and three things can't they shoot you and you go die like that? But I felt bad that Fathia was living her life in fear. You're supposed to be badass. As Ogundiji they control power, I suppose they control power too as you did. So because I don't understand. You gave him what he needed. You gave him what meant everything to you so that he can have the power that he has. You're not supposed to be living in constant fear. That's all shades of wrong. But who am I? What do I know? Now let's talk about Femi Adebayo, the Ogundiji himself. This guy has been giving us too much back-to-back villain movies that I am starting to think that, are you sure Femi Adebayo is the sweet guy we used to see on Instagram? Because how are you so mean? How are you even so wicked? What you not get fear of God, nothing they fear you, not they fear God. You did King of Thieves, he was this villain. You did Orisha, you were a villain. You did Jagu, bros, calm down. But I like the fact that despite the fact that he's been giving us villain back to back, he has managed to, what's that word again? He's a different person in each movie. That character is different. There's no similarity between King of Thieves. What's his name in King of Thieves again? Can't remember his name in King of Thieves, but there's no similarity between King of Thieves and Ogundiji and the guy in Orisha. There's a difference. I like the fact that he's able to interpret his roles and all of that. Also, everything was given about Ogundiji, except the fact that his warriors do not have jazz. You have that kind of force. You have those kind of people working for you or coming to learn from you. And none of them have jazz. None of them is protected. What are you now doing? Please, I don't understand. How can you be the only one that they cannot touch? Every other person is touchable. Every other person dies like a chicken. But you see Ogundiji alone, he's the boss of... I don't think... It didn't make sense to me. Because all the jazz that Ogundiji has, is it that he cannot give his warriors anyone? You don't see the way those guys are dying like chickens. Another unnecessary fight that I did not like in this movie is that last fight, the third tax that Ogundiji gave Botija. Why do you have to go and kill people that are doing Oshun Oshogbo? I mean, what's it called? I don't know if it's Oshun Oshogbo. They were wearing white. Why would you go and kill them? These people were peacefully worshiping their god. Why, if no be say Ogundiji? Anyways, also I want to talk about Mr. Macaroni. You people have mind. You people have a lot of confidence. You people made Daddy Wa. You made Daddy Wa Olori Eru. Wetin be Olori Eru in English? Chief Palace Guard. You made Daddy Wa a guard. A whole Daddy Wa. I'm glad he took the movie. Anyways, I'm glad he took the role. I'm glad he didn't see it as a small role, and he delivered. It's just that the way he died. Hey, or did he not die? I think he died. I want to talk about Yinka Quadri. Please, what was the role of Yinka Quadri in that movie? Because how can you stand up and you watch them kill everybody? You watch them kill Ogundiji. You did not do anything. What is your job in that palace, in that movie? Which uncle kill our chamber? Because you were just too gentle and no good. You don't have jazz. You cannot fight. You are just there. Then why did Ibrahim Chatta come at the end of the movie? Did he come to kill Ogundiji? Or is he planning to revenge? Or I don't understand. Should we expect Jagun to? Mr. Femi, Uncle Femi, Adebayo, should we expect Jagun to? Please, whatever you do, if you are bringing Jagun to, please don't stress us like this. Because I had my heart in my mouth the entire movie. Apart from the first 1 hour that I didn't understand what was going on. The unnecessary deaths were too much. But towards the end of the movie, it shook my 2 left legs. Anyways, all in all, it was a fantastic movie. I cannot overemphasize that. It was a very beautiful movie, and I like what the Yoruba industry is doing. I like the fact that they are putting us on the map. Another movie I can't wait to see again is Orisha. I saw it in the cinema, but in between I was standing up and going outside, so I don't really understand that movie. I can't wait for it to come to Netflix or Prime so that we can watch it again and I can do a review about Orisha, the movie. Also, I cannot wait to see our Igbo brothers give us something cinematic, like something different from the normal African Magic Epic. Like, give us something that we have to depend on subtitles to understand what's going on. Give us something that is strictly Igbo with strong proverb. Give us something that would Yorubas will have to read subtitles. We shall they watch K-drama. Give us something and move us away from the whole African Magic Epic kind of style. Anyways, I'm here for whatever movie. You should suggest the movie you want me to see. I'm not a serious person, but you guys should suggest the movie you want me to see and talk about. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care. You don't forget to like and subscribe my video. I beg you with God. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my video. Don't forget to share, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. I love you. Mwah.